Ghostbusters 2016, or Ghostbusters Answer the Call, which I didn't even know that was the name of the film up until a few days ago when I rewatched it, stars Kristen Wiig, Melissa McCarthy, Kate McKinnon, and Leslie Jones in this gender-swapped reboot of the classic 1984 film Ghostbusters. And boy, there is a lot to unpack with this film, but before we get into it, I have to come clean. I gotta admit something, guys. The biggest sin is that I bought it on Blu-ray. It wasn't a gift, and I didn't get it on a sale, or it wasn't pre-owned. I bought it brand new. God. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Hez Project. I'm John Ordalaza, and we are continuing on the road to Ghostbusters Afterlife by reviewing all the Ghostbusters films. We did Ghostbusters, the original 1984, and Ghostbusters 2 as part of the Hezween event that I did in October. You should go check those out. I did also other first-time watch reviews for the Halloween films. Halloween Kills is also amongst those, as well as A Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th. All of those original films I reviewed, so you might want to go check those out. But today, we're continuing on the Ghostbusters train with Ghostbusters Answer the Call. Look, nobody told me to review this. Nobody requested this review. I'm doing it because I like to do this. I like to review previous installments in a franchise leading up to the brand new one. That's kind of the trope, if you will, that I started here on the Hez Project. And man, this is one of the most painful ones. I had bits and pieces of this film saved up in my memories. I saw it once back in 2016, and I remember not liking it as much. I don't even think I watched the original Ghostbusters at the time. Maybe I did, I honestly can't remember, but I just remember not really being into it all that much. I liked Kate McKinnon at the time, and all the other females. I've seen them before on Saturday Night Live, and they're funny. I like them on Saturday Night Live. I like them because they're funny on Saturday Night Live. And I say that because this movie is the most unfunny thing I've ever seen, at least in recent times. It tries so hard, and it falls flat on its face so hard. I don't even want to give this movie a lot of time. I just want to get in and out, tell you how I think, because it's the thing, it's the tradition. We're talking about the Ghostbusters movie leading up to the new one. So here we go. Ghostbusters Answer the Call is absolute garbage. I think there is no redeeming qualities. I'll be a little nicer. There's some redeeming qualities. There's some cool ghosts. There's some cool things that they do with the special effects and how the ghosts kind of transcend the aspect ratio and how they'll sometimes pop out on the black bars. It gives it sort of a 3D vibe, sort of, not really, almost like they're popping out of the screen into your face. It was jarring at first, but I ended up liking it because it's unique. You don't see any movies really doing that these days. Maybe sometimes they would do that like for the real 3D stuff, but yeah, this is the first time I've seen it on home release, and it was pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. And some of the monster/ghosts that they chose were interesting concepts. I liked the glowing effects, a lot of them, maybe a little overdone, but there was a uniqueness to it. I'm not going to lie. And I can't take it. I can't take it. This movie's garbage. There's a lot of bad things about it. Look, I enjoy Kristen Wiig in other projects. I've enjoyed Melissa McCarthy sparingly. Same with Leslie Jones, maybe a little less because she can be annoying, playing the exact same thing in everything. And the only one I really do appreciate in this film is Kate McKinnon, because I feel like she brings 100% to everything she does. Every skit that she's in Saturday Night Live, whether it's good, bad, or terrible, she's always giving her performances 100%, and I applaud her for that. And she fit the build of a Ghostbusters reboot pretty well. She fits in that world. I like her in the role of the female Spangler, so to speak, but everybody else is just not good in this movie. Let's start it off. Kirsten Wiig, love her as an actress. She's awesome. But not in this movie. She is a boring, bland character who I don't care about. And at the end of the day, I wish a ghost killed her in this movie. I really did. And Melissa McCarthy, let's move on to her. Look, you can say whatever you want about Melissa McCarthy. I think she's a fine actress. She's a good actress even. But in this movie, she's just playing Melissa McCarthy who knows some science words. Like, it's nothing unique. She doesn't bring anything new to the table or anything helpful to this very derivative concept of an all-female Ghostbusters. Leslie Jones, as I mentioned, she's not my favorite of the four. She's my least favorite, honestly. I can tolerate Melissa McCarthy more than her because Leslie Jones, I've never seen her play anything else but Leslie Jones. Loud, obnoxious female. And sometimes she can make me laugh. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes she's made me laugh a handful of times on Saturday Night Live, but this movie, man, I am talking strictly about their characters. These women did not do a terrible job in this movie. The writing of this movie is abysmal. I'm now pulling out words that I never say to describe this movie and ridicule the writing for this movie because it deserves to be. These women should have put a stop to this. How could any of them thought that these lines that they were supposed to say as these characters were any good and were gonna make these characters seem any likable? Jokes after jokes, innuendos after innuendos. They're throwing everything at a wall and nothing is sticking to it. It's embarrassing at times. And the worst part, dude, Chris Hemsworth is in this movie. And I'll take it back, anything I said about the women, he's the worst part of the movie. And I am beyond ashamed because how do you join this movie? Read the script, read your part, and think that it's good. Think that you should be associated with this. I don't know what to think. None of this is good. Nothing he said in this movie is good. Look, I'll admit, he made me chuckle for 2 seconds. For 2 different occasions in the film. But that is Chris Hemsworth with his natural charisma that you can't write for, but it seemingly shined through your writing twice in the film, and I'm not gonna lie, he made me chuckle, but everything else is god awful, and this movie needs to be erased. Maybe I'm just trying to make myself laugh a little because there was just nothing to be had with this. I felt so many jokes being thrown at me in this film, and they were trying to capture that magic that the 1984 Ghostbusters film had, but this movie just didn't hit it, and it never reached it. It was never going to, but it at least could have been a film. At least could have been something decent. It could have been passable. But it's not. While other studios like to revisit other franchises, reignite that fire that they once had and make sequels out of them, Ghostbusters 2016 seemingly ignores the original 2 and it distances itself, creates a separate universe, so much as to the point where the original cast, the majority of them, make cameos in this film. Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Ernie Hudson, Sigourney Weaver are all in this. Hell, even the receptionists from the original films, they're all cameoing in this film as different characters. So they got all that star power to make a quick stop on the set of Ghostbusters Answer the Call, and they butchered it, I think. I feel like distancing yourself with a script like this was a detriment, and ultimately you buried yourself before you even released. I even remember at the time when this trailer dropped, it was the most disliked thing of all time. I'm pretty sure it still might be. Man, at the end of the day, all this needed was the right people, like an Ivan Reitman. Oh wait, he executive produced this. his name is somewhere on this. And the director of this is Paul Feig. And I can't think off the top of my head all of Paul Feig's movies. I know he's done quite a bit of Melissa McCarthy films. And I've seen Bridesmaids. That is also a Melissa McCarthy and Kirsten Wiig film. They are really good in that film. And I remember really enjoying that film. It's very funny. But man, where did it go wrong with this? You took an IP that really works, it's really fun, very family friendly, it can be, and it can be a really fun family adventure film, and they butchered it, dude. They really did, and I don't know how they missed the mark so far, dude. How do you incorporate 4 funny women from Saturday Night Live who make people laugh for a living? How do you bring them in and not collaborate with them on the script? I would be so surprised if they actually contributed to this script, because there is no redeeming qualities for this. Like I said, Chris Hemsworth is the only one who really made me chuckle twice, and it was just his delivery. His delivery in those 2 scenes made me chuckle. But ultimately, none of these jokes landed, and at the end of the day, I can't wait for Ghostbusters Afterlife because it looks a little more promising than this. Guys, let me know, what did you think of Ghostbusters 2016? Have you ever seen this film? I urge you not to, because it's really gonna make you disappointed and upset, and it's just gonna make you want to go watch a funnier movie. Like, I want to go watch a bunch of comedies so I can just wash this memory out of my head. If you guys haven't checked out, I did reviews for Ghostbusters 1984 as well as the sequel Ghostbusters 2, and I'm going to be reviewing Ghostbusters Afterlife in a couple of weeks when it drops. You might want to stick around, guys. There's a lot of content coming to the channel. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. There's always more to come.